Hey everyone, we're back with Academia School Simulator devlog number 7. We are Squeaky Wheel, an independent PC game studio based in the Philippines. My name is Ryan Sumo, and I'm alone today because it's the Christmas break and Tristan's out of town. So yeah, don't expect any snappy dialogue in this devlog, but we do have a lot of stuff that we want to show you, so let's get right to it. So after the inevitable bug fixes, one of the first things that we decided to do to the game was to add modding of images. It's the first step to more complex modding, which is something that we'll add over time, including language mods and other stuff like that. For now, you can enjoy mods that turn your students into prisoners and zombies, or maybe update the game to add some pretty fall foliage. Next up, we added routing for the janitors. Janitors used to be easily distracted by the merest hint of dirt, so we developed this routing mechanic so that you can have them stationed in specific areas. Routing was also developed in preparation for the monitor staff, which I'll discuss a little bit later. A popular request from the start of the game was zone merging and the ability to create irregularly shaped zones. I'm personally not sure why this is such a big demand, but it made you guys happy, so it was well worth doing it. Alright, so now we're getting into the meteor updates. This was the big update of November, which added rowdy students and the principal staff. There's now a possibility that your students will gain the rowdy trait, which means that there's a chance that they'll act up in class when they have low motivation. Rowdy students are immediately scolded by the teacher and then sent to the principal's office, who will also chew the kid out and then send them to detention. Speaking of detention, you now have the ability to set specific classrooms to become a detention room. At the end of the school day, delinquent kids will spend an hour in the detention room to reflect on what they did. Obviously, that's not a really good long-term strategy for handling delinquency. So in the very near future, what we're planning to do is add a guidance counselor to offer better help for dealing with delinquent students. Our last big updates to the game added bullying and the monitor staff. So delinquent kids now have the possibility of becoming bullies, and then they'll target their victims during free time in school. If left unchecked, these bullies will deal a lot of damage to their victims' motivation, leading to lower grades. To prevent this, we added a new staff called the Monitor. So the Monitor acts as a deterrent to bullies by patrolling the halls and keeping an eye out for them. If a Monitor spots a bully along his route, then they'll run over, break up a fight, and haul the bully off to the principal's office. The Monitor can be set to a specific route just like the Janitor, and in the future will also act as a deterrent for other forms of delinquency, including vandalism, truancy, and maybe even stuff like smoking if we decide to add that to the game. So that's it for 2017. We also added quite a few smaller things as well, like more decorative objects, some UI and UX fixes and such, but they're a little too small to cover in this video. You can check them out in the announcements on our Steam page to get a little bit more detailed info, or just buy the game to find out for yourselves. Work will inevitably slow down over the Christmas holidays, but we do have some exciting things happening next year. First off, we're hiring a couple of developers starting January, so assuming that everything works out, we should be able to work faster and put out more content-rich updates next year. As I mentioned before, part of that will include things like the guidance counselor so we can finish up the delinquency mechanics. We're also looking at adding mechanics like prestige and school ranking next year. We know the endgame content is pretty weak, so we're hoping that having a goal to work for should make the game a lot more challenging and fun. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who bought this game and supported us up to this point. We're so excited to develop the game even further into 2018 and beyond. So happy holidays everyone, and see you again next year.